So, good morning, Karen.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here.
I know.
Yes.
This is it. We're finally officially launching our Financial Leadership Mastermind, which is a bit of a mouthful, but we're just really here to talk about money in a different way, right?
And what I love about it is I'm looking at the gratitude guru, and here's all my world that all I talk about is energy. I move energy. I shift energy. I've spent the last number of years just deep diving into the reality that everything is energy, and deeper and deeper and deeper. And we're leading a new conversation.
We are. And what's super fun is that you and I have had this over a year now of weekly meetings on Zoom where the two of us just ask each other really good questions. We deep dive into topics that no one is really talking about. We're looking at things from a different perspective, and both of us have our awareness has changed so much in so many ways. Yeah. And now we're inviting people to be part of this process.
And we do it out of this magic called mastermind. If you've been a part of a mastermind, you know that there's magic that happens, that all of a sudden I think of something that I would not have thought about if Julie hadn't said this and this, and then all of a sudden she says something and we see it from a whole new perspective, and it paradigm shifts. I love what Marianne Williamson says. She says, a miracle is just a shift in perspective. So to get the group together, the molding, the handpicking that we're bringing together to allow us to evolve holistically through this portal of money, yeah. But it affects every area. For you and me, we keep saying it feels like the last frontier. I make millions and millions and millions, and it's still a challenge. So it's not about how much money you make. It really is not. And it's not going to solve our problems. And I still get it.
I know. It's it's not that simple. It isn't, but it kind of is. But because we're really shifting. I mean, we talk about shifting mindset, and that's kind of general vernacular now. We know we have to shift our mindset. We know we have to change the way we think, but we really are getting to the root of the mindset of the influence from living in a patriarchy, from the way that we've looked at money from the day that, we understood what money was. This is a huge unraveling. And the reason we would do this as a mastermind is because it's not 1 + 1 is 2. It's 1 + 1 equals infinite possibilities. And now we're opening the door and saying, okay, we want to bring in a few other people to do this with us. We're going to share what we've learned, the knowledge that we've gained, but we're also, this is a participatory mastermind. You got to get in there.
My dogs are launching themselves into my office. Real life, real
Hey guys. Yeah, there will be dogs, and occasionally children will show up.
I wanted to add, because it seems like you're doing this incredible work where you're just interviewing people, and it seems like we're all talking about new leadership, which needs new language that we haven't even birthed yet. And part of coming together in this brilliant zone focused on money is going to allow us to birth ways that we can get elevation all over the place. We're going to go from this idea of linear. We've all had the patriarchy seamed into us. We know what leadership is. We know how to work hard. We know how to grind. Yeah. And to move that into evolved, practical life that allows us the joy and the fun and the soulful way of living that we are created, men and women.
Yes, absolutely. And it's interesting because I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday about the dichotomy of this world where we're putting out so much content and value for free. And then it's but where, the question always is well, where's the revenue? How are you generating revenue from what you're doing? And I feel that's the wrong question. Mm-hmm. I feel there's a creative world that we live in where we are creative and we give of our creative gifts. And then I feel the financial world is here. And how are we holistically bringing all that together? Because demanding payment for our creativity doesn't work. You're a creator. I mean, you're a musician, you're an artist. That is your first calling and your first love. And you know that when you're forcing the art, no one's paying you for that. And that when you're demanding that, you're as a pianist, you have to be rewarded every time you sit down in front of those keys, it doesn't work.
Well, I did a living that way, and it got boring very fast.
Right. And now when you
can't
play,
do it. You can't do it.
You can't, because you want to play from a place of creativity and of heart and do things that bring you joy without like going, I don't know. I feel like this is going to be such a fun first conversation to have in this mastermind, is like, how does the creative fit in with the abundance and the money that we need to live?
I think where that begins is, where are you? What are you creating, and how are you feeling the evolution? What are you ready to let go of to create room for what's coming? Because I didn't intentionally let go of my music world. I just kept evolving and evolving and evolving, and here we are, the two of us, creating this incredible. Well, we're just inviting people into what we already have. That's
Yes.
what's really magical.
Yeah. Yeah, we're sharing our years of experience as entrepreneurs. We're both entrepreneurs from a very young age. And then this magic that we've created for quite a long time, where we can just get right into the heart of the stories. And what's really cool is like you or I will read something like right before the call that we have, and it's like the right thing that triggers this conversation. And I think that's where the value of this mastermind comes from what you and I have to share, is our shared experience, our shared knowledge, our shared tapping into the intuition, and then opening that circle to create something. I don't know. I'm kind of excited about creating a movement, maybe.
I love it. Joe Dispenza has lots and lots of science around this. Lynn McTaggart, The Circle of Eight. We've been playing those fields for a long time, and we're inviting you into it now. And it's just for a small group, the right group, but it is, I have tingles. It's going to be it already is so fun to open our circle to others.
So for those that want to apply for a spot, you just go to financialleadershipmastermind.com. Really simple. We'll post the links, of course, with the video. There is a bit of an application process. You're going to connect with myself or with Karen after you filled out your application, so that we know that you're the right fit, because this isn't really for everybody. It's not necessarily about where you are financially or in your business. It's actually more of an energetic fit, I would say, is most important.
Yeah, if you've been doing your work and you've been looking for like-minded souls to elevate and evolve, we're looking for you.
Yes, this is definitely not a beginner program, because we're going to be diving right in there. So, we'll ask you questions about, what work have you done so far? Where are you at? And maybe where you're stuck, and where you're open to learning new ways of thinking. So really excited. So just apply Financial Leadership Mastermind. The program starts right after our Canadian Thanksgiving, and we'll do one meeting per week. We're going to be meeting for 6 weeks, and somewhere between an hour and 90 minutes, we don't want to we don't want to end in the middle of a great conversation. So we just want to allow for space Karen and I used to have 20 minutes put aside for our calls, and now, well,
we try really hard to keep it to an hour, exactly. Because so many things show up when we show up, and that's what we're really excited about. This is an experience even more than a program, and it will evolve for you from there.
Yay. So can't wait. Hopefully this will be the good fit for you, and we'll all get to work together. Looking forward to it.
Yay. Thanks, Julie.